Hey there, Saber friends. SpaceWindu here from the FX-Saber Forums, the Rebel Armory, and the Custom Saber Shop forums. If you guys are not a member of those forums and you're really into lightsabers, you really should check those out. Get to the Custom Saber Shop, get to FX-Sabers, get to the Rebel Armory. They're all free. If you really want to build your own lightsabers, you should be a member of all three of those. If you're interested in other props, go to RPF. It's a Royal Props Forum. Props across a lot of different movies, not just Star Wars. But I'm here to show you guys tonight some special things in regards to the Plecter Labs Crystal Focus 10 and also the Shtok Custom Worx Bluetooth app, the Force Sync, which allows you connectivity between your lightsaber and your phone or your tablet, whatever you want to use to control the lightsaber. And it's very important for one lightsaber that I'm about to show you. But first, I want to go through how to select colors through the Plecter Labs Crystal Focus 10 using the standard activation switch and auxiliary switch that everyone is going to have on their lightsaber most likely. So the first thing is Robert's Graflex Corbanth Graflex 2.0. This one is not yet finished, but you can see that the bottom of this lightsaber is off the hilt and a lot of the features are missing and a lot of the Graflex parts are missing. But this is a fully functional NeoPixel lightsaber with one of my SpaceWindu blades in here. It's just a super short blade of like, I don't know, 16 inches or something like that, but it's made to the same specifications as my normal blades, parabolic blade tip. This is the tube that I like. This is the trans white tube, goes great with the parabolic blade tip. Makoto foam, multiple layers of heat shrink diffusion, and the Plecter Pixel universal connector that you guys can get at the Custom Saber Shop if you want to build your own blade, or if you want to use it for something else. Like I know some people that use those little Plecter Pixel connectors for different things inside the lightsaber. Like for instance, if you're making a Kanan Jarrus lightsaber that came apart, there's a way you can do it with the Plecter Pixel connection system for the emitter and for the blade. If you think about it, it could unscrew and stuff like that, so, and make contact with the POGO pins. But anyway, that's something else. This is Robert's lightsaber with Crystal Focus 10. Just took it out of deep sleep, and turning it on, we can see that it's kind of like a standard lightsaber blade. It's got the smooth swing on this certain font. But what I want to show you is how to change the color. So what you're going to have to do is hit both buttons at the same time. Hit the auxiliary button and the activation switch. I like to try to hit the auxiliary button a half a second before the activation switch so I don't end up turning the saber off. Or you can use your anti-power off for a couple seconds on the activation switch to kind of fix that. Spectrum. Okay, so now we're into Spectrum. As I rotate the hilt, and you guys may have seen Gabe on Saber Talk Live doing this the other night. I'm just going to go through it here with you just as a single video to show you guys how to do the color selection. And what you do is, once you're in Spectrum, you're just rotating the hilt like as if we're turning through a gear. And we're going to see different color choices. There's a really cool red, actually. To select it, I gotta find the auxiliary button. So let's get back to that red. It was really cool. Okay, so I'm at the red, and I'm going to tap the auxiliary button. Okay? And now I've got my red. But let's just say I want to get the different blade profile, because the Crystal Focus 10 doesn't just change the color of your lightsaber, it can actually change the way the lightsaber looks, the way the blade looks. So let's go back into Spectrum. Spectrum. And what I want to do here is, well, where's my red? Okay, there's my red. I am going to hold down the auxiliary button.
Blade profiles.
And I have my color that I want, and now I can rotate through blade profiles. So, oh, there's one that's cool. That's a different type of blade. Here's a wild looking blade. You may have seen Gabe play around with this one on Saber Talk the other night. This is kind of a weird fire effect one. That's cool. Oh, this is like actual fire using the like red, orange, and yellow. Let's select that. I'm gonna hold down the. I'm gonna tap the auxiliary button, and I've got that. And even though I've got the fire, like I might want to change the color of the fire, right? So let's go back into Spectrum and just change the color of the fire.
Spectrum.
Oh, it's a purple fire. Now, when I'm ready with my color, I'm just going to tap the auxiliary button rather than hold it. If I held it, I'd go into blade profile, but I'm happy with my blade profile. So let me just tap it. Oh wow, now I got purple fire. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so now that I showed you how to do all that, let's talk about how to do it without even touching the lightsaber. So we're going to use the Shtok Custom Worx Force Sync app. Now, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Here's the lightsaber I want to use. This is Robert and Dawn's wine bar lightsaber. You guys remember seeing this on my channel maybe a month or so ago. There was a delay in opening the wine bar, which gave me another couple weeks to kind of set up the systems on this lightsaber. Now, there's a bottom to it that can be screwed on, but on display at the wine bar, this kind of might be like most of the way open. I don't know how Robert and Dawn are going to do the display, but I'm kind of thinking like it'll have the bottom kind of like on some kind of stand or on some kind of wall mount, and you know, they will be able to control the lightsaber from a few feet away with the Force Sync app. And what I did here was I ordered the, I actually ordered this off of the Saber Armory. I was ordering some other stuff from Cal, and I came across the Bluetooth modules a while back. I ended up getting the one that is bigger. Now this is the Bluetooth module here. There's a couple different Bluetooth modules available. One is smaller, has less features. I wanted more features, but since space is limited in your lightsaber always, you have to consider, can you do this bigger one with more features? Like for me, I have an accent LED that's blinking to show us that the Bluetooth module is connected. Like it's not connected to the phone, but it's just active on the lightsaber, so it's blinking. Now, Robert and Dawn know that there's like a little switch right here just to completely turn off the lightsaber, just to cut the power. I'm gonna flip the switch back on. We'll see the Bluetooth module come activated with the white light. You saw the Plecter Labs Crystal Focus 10 turn on with its little red light, and it also made its sound, right? So again, this is just a short little like knife blade that I made. It's a Plecter Pixel blade with Pixel LEDs, but it just allows me to show you guys, and I could swing it around without like slamming into stuff here. So we have our two buttons here.
Spectrum.
I can go into Spectrum, right, with the two buttons. Select a color. This particular lightsaber shows the blade color on the crystal chamber and shows its blade effects, and also shows its blade color on NeoPixel accent LED there. Now, this is important that you look and see that blinking light, because now I'm going to try to go into the Force Sync app. Okay, let me turn this off. Okay, so I'm going to go into the Force Sync app, and let's see what comes up here. It is searching for a lightsaber, and it has found a lightsaber with the FSC module. So I'm going to click on that. It is trying to connect right now. It took a second before when I had to restart the app, so let me try to restart the app. That happened before. Okay, force sync. And searching for sabers, it sees it. Let's see here. For some reason that failed. Okay, here we go. I got in. So what it shows you when you're successfully in is if you have an accent light on your hilt like I do, you'll see it turn solid. It was blinking before and now we're connected, so it's solid. And as you can see, I can kind of choose between Prism, Crystal Focus, Profi, Crystal Focus 10. That's the one I want. I click on that, I get remote control, general, and blade color. I'm gonna click on remote control because I want to be able to control the lightsaber from across the wine bar. Now having the bottom of the hilt kind of displayed in the off position, in the you know, like mostly off the hilt, it will help the Bluetooth have better range, right? So there's the power button there, and I have also a couple other options. So this is quite cool. This is quite cool. Dimitri showed me how to do this by turning the log port config on your Crystal Focus 10. That's the main config in the SD card. So you're gonna have to remove the SD card or somehow get to that file, go to the config, and change it to from log port 0 to log port 2. Now Dimitri explained to me that log port 0 just allows you to connect to the lightsaber through the USB port on the Plecter Labs Crystal Focus 10. And log port 1 allows you simply to connect through Bluetooth, as I'm about to show you. Log port 2 allows you to connect not only Bluetooth, but the USB port on the board as well. So you're not locked out of anything if you select log port 2 in the config file, Plecter Labs Crystal Focus 10, and put that card back in your lightsaber, and you'll be able to control your lightsaber from the ForceSync app. It's very cool. I can turn it on and turn it off. How sweet is that? Also, I can change, let's see, blade color. Cool part here is that I'm allowed to pick, you know, channel. There's 4 channels, so it's already set up for RGBW. All right, so that's a plus. Right now, I just have RGB. So I don't have channel 4, but I do have channels 1, 2, and 3, and I could alter this blade color. Let's check it. I can totally turn this blade color to whatever I want. I'm going to pick like a yellow. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. Let me go back. I'm going to turn off the saber from the ForceSync app. Remote control. Oops. Awesome. So my suggestion is the ForceSync app combined with the Bluetooth is so cool that if you have room in your lightsaber, if you have room in your chassis, you should definitely be wanting this. You should definitely plan for this. You should get it. It's not that much. I think the module I got was $15. And I think the ForceSync app doesn't cost anything. I think that might be free. So Dimitri's always there with help too. That's quite nice. And it seems to work quite well with the Plecter Labs board. And especially if you have this type of access to the hilt where it's not covered with metal, I think it'll work even better. Now, one more thing I just want to say about this lightsaber right here, which I'm going to send out tomorrow to Robert and Dawn for use at the wine bar. The way I hook this up is a little bit different than normal. Now, this is all thanks to Jedi Arms Dealer. on YouTube. If you guys don't know who Jedi Arms Dealer is, you should go check him out. He's got some of the most insane builds you've ever seen. He's got some of the most insane ideas come to life that you've ever imagined. And you guys got to go check it out because he's all about lightsabers. He's got the coolest lightsabers. You have no idea. He helped me with this. He kind of designed this this power port for me, this power management chip, which is converting the power from a USB port. So Robert and Dawn, as you can see here, you have about 6 feet of cable to a USB port to this little module, and then about 2 more feet. So you have about 8 feet in total, maybe 9 feet here. This is going to allow the lightsaber to remain, you know, kind of on for a lot longer than the battery would last, because this is going to maintain the battery. This little chip is a maintainer, and as you can see, there's a blue light on the chip right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this 2.1 millimeter end into your charge port here. Okay. Now normally that would cut the power to a lightsaber, but I wired this a little bit different. So the maintainer is now has a little red light, which means it's sending power to the battery here, to the hilt, and we're going to be able to kind of, you know, have these cool effects on for like a lot longer than like 45 minutes or whatever the battery would normally last. And you can control all this stuff, like I said, through the Bluetooth module as it's kind of displayed up there, and you know, maybe you have that wire hidden. Maybe this is like partially on like that. I think that'd be pretty sweet. What do you guys think? How's that? The crystal matches. You know, it's almost going to be like, how are you going to display? Which side are you going to display? You know, or maybe it's got some kind of. Maybe you can see both lights there. Now again, the Force Sync app is still connected because, as you can see, the white light is still on. Let me disconnect from Force Sync. See, the light starts blinking again. That's how you know that now you're not connected. If it was solid, you are connected. Turn the hilt off. I'm going to unplug. If I wanted to go into cut off the power like I will to ship it out to you guys, I'm going to just flip this little switch right here. I'll screw on the bottom, and I'll have your blade plug in there when I ship it back. Okay, well, I hope that helped you guys. Anyone that maybe was intimidated by the Bluetooth or whatever, you probably don't need to be. It's really, really simple to wire. I think it's super, super cool to use the Bluetooth, and sometimes it's necessary, like when I'm gonna have to, you know, force the saber awake from across the room, like Luke would, or like Darth Vader might. That's a really cool feature, and wow, that's a lot of fun to use. So I definitely recommend you guys trying out the Bluetooth module, and it just goes hand in hand with selecting your color, selecting your blade profile. It's really cool, and it's actually somewhat easier. It's somewhat easier than doing it by hand. So again, go to FX-Sabers, go to the Rebel Armory, go to RPF if you're interested in different props, and Custom Saber Shop forums. Get all your lightsaber parts from the Custom Saber Shop. You could also get NeoPixel blades from me at civilizesabers.com. Check out the different enhanced blades that we've got, which are like photon green, enhanced yellow, enhanced red, and enhanced blue. All those are from the Custom Saber Shop. I will use a parabolic blade tips where available, like on a clear or a trans white blade. Most of the blades that I make are trans white with the parabolic blade tip. Also available are 7/8 inch blades diameter, and also SpaceWindu blade plug chips designed by JB Kuma at the Mad Science Workshop. Go check out Mad Science Workshop on YouTube as well. He's also has a space in the mining colony at FX-Sabers, as does Dimitri Shtok Custom Works. So you can go to FX-Sabers and see all your favorite vendors, interact with everybody who's making all these boards and stuff like that. So go check that out. And I will talk to you guys next time. There is another video around the corner.